All right, so we're looking at lesson 114 today. I'm just going to leave those. Just going to leave those. We're looking at nonlinear inequalities. So what is an inequality?
An equation is it not the same?
It's not greater than or equal to. They're not equations because equations are equal to. We're not in English. What does nonlinear mean? Not a line. So we're looking at things that are inequalities but not lines. Parabolas. What else? Circles. Okay, we're going to review this one because some people miss this on their test. I'm not naming names. I'm just, you got to know how to do this to do our next test. So see how to graph this. Like try and do it by yourself. This is our lesson 114. Yes, you have to write your review.
Is it what? No, dark kisses. That's not. Oh, my mommy used that. I'm just fragrant. Hey, you go to the Bath and Body Works. It'll change your life. I love that stuff. Someone else get along about something. Oh, wow.
All right, how are we going to graph this?
I know now.
Go to -4.
Okay, go to -4. Now what? Why? Okay. Why? Okay. Then what? Why above? Okay. Y'all remember doing those? Any questions here?
I never know where. I never know which way to draw my line. Here, here. I never know what. I know what the y-axis is this way. The x-axis. What are we saying? Oh, I got that mixed up. And I never know which.
We'll go over it. Let's look at the lesson first. All right, so what are we looking at this time? Why is it a parabola? Okay, so what do we have to do to be able to graph this?
Would you please allow all girl basketball players to report to the gym lobby at this time? Thank you.
What are we going to have to take out? Yep. All right, so we leave the -1 out behind it. So we have x squared and then what?
Wait, why is it x squared minus square on the outside?
We pulled out a negative. And then minus 4x. And then we got our -1 outside of our parentheses. What term is going to go here?
4. 4, yeah, 4.
Half of 4 is 2. Square it. 4. So you add 4. But what number did we really just add? A -4. Why a -4?
Because it's negative.
Okay, so what do we put over here?
A negative.
A -4. You got with me? No? What part? Yeah. Half of 4 is 2, and square it to get 4. Because there's a negative out here. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so we have y minus 4. I'm just putting it in a different order. Negative, what goes in my parentheses now?
X minus 2 like squared.
Why is it x minus 2 and not x plus 2?
Half.
Yeah. What multiplies give you a positive 4, but adds give you a negative 4. Negative 2 and negative 2. And then we have minus 1. But are we done yet? So y is greater than or equal to negative x minus 2 squared. Where'd you get plus 3? Any questions on that part? We've been doing these for a little bit now. So where is our vertex? Some of y'all are still getting mixed up on the vertex part. All right, good. This one, whatever it is, you change the sign. Always, yeah.
Even if you have the negative outside, it makes you so.
Yeah, don't look at that. That tells you whether it opens up or down.
That's why I kept this.
Oh my
I kept
goodness.
adding that.
Oh, you would look at this negative?
I would look at both, and then I would basically.
Because I think pretty much everybody is getting to this. Pretty much everyone is getting to the equation, and then the vertex is what y'all are messing up on. Okay, so we got our vertex, so we go over to 2, 3. All right, now what? Our y-intercept, why is it negative 1? It's always this number up here. Okay, so that gives me 1 point. Where is the second point that corresponds to it? Okay. Your axis of symmetry, it's 2 away, so 2 away over here. It's like a mirror image. Any other questions so far? All right, what other point do you want to do? Okay. You can use 1, you could use 3, you could use 5, you could use negative 1. Sean said use negative 1. That's fine. So what is negative? It doesn't have to. You can. We can. What is negative 1 minus 2? Squared. So negative 9 plus 3, negative 6. So that would also give me that point. If you use 1, 1 minus 2 squared, negative 1 plus 3, which gives me that point as well. Go with me? You just need to have 5 points total. You don't have to have all of these points. And so then we connect our little dots, and it should make a little parabola. They always look basically the same. If it doesn't look something like that, you've done something wrong. You with me so far? All right, so now we're back to the inequality part, now that we have it graphed. Y is greater than the parabola. What numbers are greater than the parabola?
No.
Everything that's not above
Everything is
Greater, above.
So just it's vertex.
Not just above the vertex.
everything around it that's not in
Above the parabola. Above it. Well, we kind of estimate there. Huh? It's above it. Yep. For this one, yeah.
Wait, but what if it's less than?
So if it said less than this parabola, it would be all of the stuff inside of it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? Then it would be a dotted. Yeah. Go with me? Yeah. Okay. So this is what your problems are going to look like for a little bit.
What's that line? Just kidding.
It says, which region contains points that satisfy the system of inequalities? So we have a system of inequalities, but what did they already do for us? So do we have to graph it? Do we need to graph it? Why not? All right. So, make sense? We don't actually have to graph them? All right. So, what is this one? What is it? What is this one? What is it? What is it? It's a line. So, which one is my line? All right. So, this was the red one, right? All right, so what regions are above or below? Which is it?
Everything above.
Why is it above?
Because it's greater than those.
Okay, so what would be greater than the line?
Everything above the line.
Okay, which are what regions? A and B, right? No, E is only this area, and D is here, and C is over here. So A and B meet that one. No, this is in the book. You don't color in the book. We're just looking at the regions. Okay, so does this one have to be the parabola? Is that one the parabola?
Yes.
Okay, so what does it say?
No,
what is
greater than.
greater than? What regions are above the parabola? Greater than?
Some of the.
A, what else? Why C and E?
Because it's not even.
Yeah, they're not inside, okay? Hold on. Do y'all see why it's A, C, and E?
Yes.
Miranda? Y'all with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, so which one satisfies both of them? Only A? And so only A is our answer. Y'all see how that works?
Yes.
Any questions on the system of inequalities? Okay, let's look at another one. All right. So, what is this inequality? The parabola, which is in blue. Okay. It's not in color in your book, sorry. What is this one? Greater than? So, what regions are going to be greater than the parabola? Okay, here's our parabola, right? What is above the parabola? Pick a point on the parabola. Where do you go for above? What region did I just hit? A and C.
It looks like a big.
See what?
It's like a big.
Yeah, it's two different things. Yeah, it makes it different. Y'all see why it is A and C?
Yes.
Okay, looking at this one. It's our line. What regions are less than? Why is it less than? So C is the only one that matches for both? Shouldn't. It shouldn't. I mean, I guess there could be one, but I don't think there ever will be.
No, it's Saxon.
I gotta finish right.
Look at that.
Okay.
Saxon.
Any questions so far? Okay. Looking at another one.
Whoa.
X squared plus y squared is less than or equal to 16. What is that an equation of?
Circle.
A circle. How do you know it's a circle?
Because it's on the ground.
There's a circle on the graph. Okay. Oh man, they're both in. Okay. So that's my red circle. I changed it to red. No. I want to think about it. What is the 16? Have y'all dealt with circles before?
Nope.
That's your. What's the square root of 16? Yeah, they're.
So it's gonna be 4 on each. Little.
The square root of 16 is 4. 4 is your radius. Okay? Do you see how it goes through 4? Like a radius of 4? Does that make sense? I know y'all haven't dealt with circle radii before, really, as a graph.
It's easy right now until they move it to the top right corner.
Well, I don't know that they'll move them for you, but okay, so 4 is your radius. What numbers are less than or equal to 16? Like below, right?
Yeah.
So
It's like
everything
inside of your circle because it's less than the radius. Your x squared and your y squared have to be smaller than your radius. Does that make sense?
So the answer for that one is
It has to be B and C because we're looking at less than our 16, which is our radius. It's 4 squared is where the 16 comes from. So what is smaller than our radius? Everything inside of the circle. Does that make sense? Yeah, so if it said x squared plus y squared is bigger than your radius, then it would be everything outside of the circle. Right. Okay. So that's how I put them. If they try and give it to you where the number comes first, and then they do this, I would rewrite it so that it's x squared and y squared, and then the radius. Because flip it. Yeah, just make it so that your radius is at the end. That's just a personal preference because it's how I look at them. Okay? So then, looking at this one. What is it an equation of, or an inequality of? An inequality. And what is going to satisfy that inequality? A and B. So, only thing that's in common is B. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Any questions there?
No.
Okay. All right. I've got your test graded.
Right.